everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is ENT Jacob, and for today's vlog, I'm going to share to you how much you could earn as an ESL teacher here in Vietnam. So basically this vlog is for all the Filipinos out there in the Philippines, and maybe for all the Filipinos here in Vietnam who are staying here, because some might be confused of how much should you accept, how much rate would you accept given by the companies. So again, these are for all the OFWs here in Vietnam, and at the same time for the ESL teachers in the Philippines who are working online for now. Maybe for the online ESL teachers, you would be earning probably minimum of 50,000 per month in the Philippines working online, and you might be working for around 7 to 8 hours a day. And you might be wondering how much could you earn in an actual ESL classroom here abroad. And let's have as an example Vietnam. So I have here 4 computations for teachers, and the premise for this computation would be working for multiple language centers or what you usually call ESL companies. And this is also depending to your rate, because the usual rate here in Vietnam for Filipino teachers is $15 to $20, or it actually depends to your qualification. When we talk about qualification, that would have something to do with your degree. Are you a bachelor's degree graduate? Do you have a master's? Do you have a doctorate degree? Do you have a teaching certificate, TESOL and TEFL, yung legit na certificate po? And the test certificate, your IELTS certificate would also count a lot if you want to have a higher salary. And of course, your teaching experience. So kung wala pa po tayong enough na experience, probably you would have the minimum salary for teachers. But for this computation, I'm making it like the lowest that I could think of, which is the $15 per hour. So let's start with Teacher A. I have here 4 teachers. Teacher A, let me describe Teacher A. Teacher A is a relaxed and easy-go-lucky teacher, and he works 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, and 5 hours a day. So the rate of Teacher A is $15. If we're going to have it in Philippine pesos, it would be around 750 pesos per hour. 750 po. Yeah, it's really too much, right? And this teacher have 2 days off. So 5 days times 5 hours is equal to 25 hours per week. 25 hours times 4 weeks, that would be 100 hours per month. Now you have 100 hours, multiply it to 750 pesos. Teacher A got 75,000 pesos. But unfortunately, hindi siya unfortunately meron po tayong 10% tax for the teachers here. Actually, yung tax depende po. I don't know the specific taxation guidelines, pero sa pagkakalam ko po, 10% tax for the regular teachers. Kasi if you have just arrived here in Vietnam, the tax for you within 6 months would be 20%. But if you become a regular teacher already with enough documents, you will have 10% tax deduction sa inyong salary. So 75,000 minus the 10% tax, you would receive around 67,000 pesos. It's very good enough for Teacher A, who is just, relax and easy go, lucky. Maybe you have enough time to go to coffee shop, to roam around, or probably, do anything what you want because you have 2 days off. Probably you are free on Saturday and Sunday. Let's go to Teacher B. Teacher B is a regular teacher, a typical teacher, and also a typical OFW who is a breadwinner in the family. So si Teacher B, masipag po siya. He works 6 days a week and 6 hours a day. Why I'm telling you like 5 hours a day or 6 hours a day? Because the setup here in Vietnam, if you work in a public school or even in a private school, in a public school po, the most hours that you could teach in the morning would be only 3 hours, and in the afternoon 3 hours. Kaya 6 hours po in a day. For private school teachers, it still depends sa level, if it's primary school or secondary school. Pero nilagay ko dito 6 hours po in a day. 6 days times 6 hours is equal to 36 hours per week. 36 hours times 4 weeks in a month, that would be 144 hours in a month. So we multiply it to 750 pesos, that would equal to 108,000 pesos. Saan po tayo makakahanap ng 108,000 pesos sa Pilipinas? This is already the rate for the doctors in the Philippines, the doctors in the academic institutions. Or it might be the salary of a chancellor. Okay, so 108,000 minus 10% tax, you would receive a net of 98,000 pesos. So that is Teacher B. Congratulations, Teacher B. Siguro, Teacher B could send money to the Philippines, maybe around 50,000 or more. That depends to you because the living expenses here in Vietnam, it's not really much. Now let's go to Teacher C. Teacher C is quite a hardworking teacher, and we could say that may pinagdalaban po ito si teacher. He works 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday, and 8 hours a day. The rate for this teacher is still $15 per hour. Now, just take note that I'm only talking about teachers whose rate is still in the minimum, $15 per hour. And teacher C still has a day off, one day off, maybe a Sunday day off. So he works 6 days times 8 hours, that would be 48 hours per week. 48 hours times 4 weeks, 192 hours. 192 hours times 750 pesos, that would equal to 144,000 pesos. 144,000 minus 10% taxed, you would receive 129,000 pesos. That is teacher C, and that's really too much, 129,000 pesos. I work in a private school before, and I would just earn around 15,000, around 15 to 20,000 per month. And if you work overseas, you would receive as much as this. This is already too much. You are already working for how many months? Probably how many months? 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's already like more than 8 months of working in the Philippines as a private school teacher, and even for a public school teacher. Now let's talk with teacher D. Teacher D is, if teacher C is a hardworking teacher, teacher D is overworking teacher already. He works 7 days a week, and this is not something that is unusual po dito sa Vietnam. I've seen a lot of Filipinos. I've known a lot of Filipinos who work 7 days a week. So, ipagpalagay po natin, this teacher works 8 hours from Monday to Saturday, and then this teacher also works 3 hours on Sunday. 3 hours lang po para makapagpahinga din naman si teacher. So, the rate of this teacher is still $15, and no day off si teacher. Maybe he or she only works on Sunday morning. So, 6 days times 8 hours would be 48, plus 3 hours is equal to 51 hours. 51 hours times 4 weeks is equal to 204 hours per month. 204 hours times 750 pesos is equal to 153,000 pesos. You would receive salary as much as 153,000 pesos. And minus 10% tax, the net would be 137,700 pesos. That's really too much po. And this overworking teacher, my computation for him or her is, it's already, this is not yet even the most hours that you could work for. Because as what I have said, you could work 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon, and you could also work 3 hours in the evening. So a regular teacher, a regular hard-working, overworking OFW ESL teacher here in Vietnam could work as much as 9 hours in a day, even more than 9 hours. For example, 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon. You could also work in the lunchtime. You could also work in the evening. That's the tendency po when you have a lot of opportunities to teach. But don't forget to really have a rest. Kasi our body is our puhunan, so you need to also invest for your health. But yeah, that's the computation. That's how much that you can earn here. So what are you waiting for? Do not waste your talent. Always aspire for greener pasture. Always aspire for greater heights. So that would be all. Thank you so much for watching the talk. Bye bye.